Identifying your life pattern. A few months ago, I did a video called Reset New Start. Check this out. We're going to be talking about Reset New Start. How many times people have to restart things over, right? And they can't accept the change. And that brings me to my first point. Why are we having a hard time accepting changes? I always talk about change, but people struggle with that, right? Well, as a believer in Christ, those of you who has a relationship with God, this is going to apply to those that have that relationship. If you don't, there's the accepting the change within yourself, and hopefully you give your life to the Lord at the end of this video and say, Lord, I accept the change in my life. The new start is available right now when you share that moment with God. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 17 talks about this means anyone who belongs in Christ has a new start. The old life is gone and a new life has begun. So everything that the junk in your life that you had, it was probably not the best relationship you had with God. So you start to weed out these changes in your life, right? Let's take, for example, changes at your job. You have a new boss, and these things are probably annoying because you're trying to accept the changes because you don't like them. You don't like what's your assignment, your work that needs to be accomplished. Nobody likes the change. But as a believer, I'm telling you, for me, this is just me. It's hard, okay? It's not a cakewalk, okay? So it's something that you have to commit. Well, you don't have to commit, but I'm encouraging you to commit so you can see the difference. See the change within yourself, okay? Because it's so important, okay? Now, when you do that, you also need to shift your focus. That's right. When you shift your focus, you have a clear understanding after you have accepted your change. So you say, okay, now I've accepted my change. Now is the time to shift my focus. How do I do that? Well, that's a great question. Let's look at Psalms 57:11. 57 verse 7 through 11. And I'm just going to read the first verse and you can read it on your own. I have complete confidence, O God. I sing and praise you. I wake up with my soul with a harp, and I wake up with the sun. And now, and I'm telling you right here, I have a clear focus on things in life because I have complete confidence because I am now focused on what you have planned for me. And that's the great part of that, you know. And by doing that, you have complete confidence, and God can help you in every aspect of your life, right? So now, once you did your reset new start, right, it's time to break the habits. What kind of habit do you have? Are you saying things that you shouldn't say as a bad habit? Are you doing things that are habit because you're saying things, or you're making things up as a well, you know your habit, okay? So I'm not going to go into the details of habits, but you have a habit. Everybody has a habit. I have a habit. You have a habit. So when you have these habits, the time is now where you have to reset your mind, your heart, and everything, because the start is there. And like I said before in all of my videos, the change has to happen in order for you to see that. You got to be saying, I accept the willingness to change my life because I need a reset of my mind. I need a new clean start, from there. And it's going to help you along the way. I mean, I'm telling you, sometimes you have to you probably have to make a move. Make a move. Probably your environment, the places, maybe you want to move to another area so you can have your focus and you can have that clean start so you can be available when it does become that start. So let me encourage you, if you have to move to get your mind together, that's probably the best way to do things, honestly. Reset, new start also begins by you saying no. That's right. It's not hard to say no, especially if you're focused on your relationship with God and you're making these changes and you're having a fresh start. You've probably moved a different house at the time, or wanting to seek God in a way that sometimes you need to move and arrange things in your life that's keeping you away and accepting the change in your life. So that's what I suggest, that you accept to say no when you should say no, because that can, to me, I'm telling you, that could kind of put you in the path where you don't want to be at, right? Let's look at James chapter 4, verse 8. It says, move your heart closer to God. I love what he said. James said this, move your heart closer to God. What does that mean? If you stay close to God, these changes, well, yeah, it's going to be automatic because of your relationship. It may be a little, okay. So it may be a little bit hard for some of you guys, but when your heart gets closer to God, here's the promise: He will come closer to you. Yeah, that's the cool part. He's going to come closer to you. But make sure, this is what you need to do. If you want God to come close to you, make sure, this is what he's saying, make sure you cleanse your life. So everything that you know, you evaluate yourself and you say, Lord, cleanse my life. Whatever that is, okay? You know what it is, right? He says that you sinners, and you keep your heart pure from doubting anything. So you don't need to doubt. Just believe that God will take care of all things in your life. Hey, thanks for watching Motivation Inspired. I know it's a long video. Thanks for hanging all the way there. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe down below. Next to it, there's a notification bell. Click on that so you get the notification bell. And make sure you share this video. Tell people about this journey. We'll see you in the next video.